What is up, guys? Sub-Zero here, casting a game between two CANEZ, the blue team, and the Swarm, or as many will know them, Curse Academy, which is the purple team. This is a ranked 5 teams game, not for any tournament or anything, just solo queue, so it should be quite interesting. We're seeing fairly standard stuff coming out as far as builds go. Of course, these teams are freaking crazy because Curse Academy is doing their new thing that they're doing so often, where they're taking a Jace and putting him as sort of an AD carry role, but then he doesn't play AD carry, and then they have the Tryndamere, and even in this game they have the Lissandra support. It's very interesting, so extremely unorthodox team composition coming out of Curse Academy, so we're just going to have to see if that benefits them, how well that turns out. So we see both teams grouping up right here, both scouting out. Curse Academy is coming towards two CANEZ, but it looks like they're just going to back off for now and get out of there. But then Draft Kick engages right into them and just gets completely destroyed. Fabi gets the Ignite put on him, but he's at half health. Draft Kick gets taken down extremely quickly. He lost his passive and his life and his flash very quickly. So only Jacksmith is going to pick up that kill. He's going to have a very nice early start. We're going to get to see what he picks up with that. He started Doran's Blade. He's going to pick up Fairy Charm, 1 pot, and a ward, and a mana pot. So great start for him. He's going to be looking really strong in the laning phase, and he's looking to go mid lane, it seems. So Curse Academy just taking blue buff, and the same thing going for two CANEZ. Draft Kick's getting the help of Craze the Vayne, and that's basically it. On the side of Curse Academy, One Bad Brad got the assistance of Rux, who's going to go down bottom lane and fight solo. Craze is going to be top lane, where Thaco is going to come to help him out very quickly. So it's going to be a 2v1 top lane against Fabi, and bot lane is going to be a 1v1 of Rux versus Ran. But as this is going on, we see One Bad Brad is actually stealing away Giraffe Kick's jungle. So that's a red buff for One Bad Brad, which means that Giraffe Kick's going to be in a bad spot. He's just going to have to take Wraiths because he's not going to have his red buff. He's going to have to just farm on the safe side of his jungle because the other side is being dominated by One Bad Brad. And One Bad Brad's just going to walk straight up into mid lane, and they're just going to 3-man this. They have the Jace and Lissandra lane, which is sort of AD carry and support. They're actually going to dive now really early. One Bad Brad's going to have to flash out of there. Barely lives, doesn't get picked up by Chunky Sucks's barrel, but kind of risky there. I'm not sure about that. They had to blow actually nothing. They ended up blowing actually Chunky Sucks's flash, so good play by them. Oh wow, Undergrad's just gonna hop right onto Giraffe Kick, and he's not having a good game so far. 0-2. He just died, so not looking great for him. That's his second death, so it'll be worth less gold, but still, he's going to be sort of shut down. He's going to have less levels and lower farm than anyone else in the game, just because he's going to be spending more time dead than anyone else, because, well, no one else has died. Rux is sitting down here. He's a level ahead of Varan, actually, so that's nice for him. He can do stuff in lane, but he seems content just farming. Only Jacksmith is actually going really offensive despite the level disadvantage he just obtained. And Fabi's up here top lane just farming away. Satsulo was coming up to help him, but he's going back down to the mid lane. Actually, he's sitting in that bush right there. Okay, he's going to recall now. The barrel's going to come, whirl around, hit only Jacksmith, and yeah. Now, problem for Chunky Sucks is that he's pretty low on mana, and he does have the flask, so he will have a little sustain in that lane, but it's not looking great for him. He's at just no mana at all. Jackson's actually going to hop on him in the 1v2, because one Bad Brad's hopping in here, the Ignite's ticking, and one more auto attack from only Jacksmith is going to pick up the kill 0-3 real quick, and now Giraffe Kick's not so sad because he has a friend who's also died on his team. Of course, he'd rather the enemy team dies, but, I mean, gotta make the best out of a bad situation, and CANEZ Academy is going to make the best out of a good situation and just take down this mid turret right here really quickly, 5 minutes. CANEZ is trying to do the same thing here by pushing out this bottom lane turret, but it's really not going that well. Fabi is doing a great job holding this lane up and doing decently in farm. He's like 10 farm behind, which is pretty good for, you know, not being a ranged carry. Anyway, while this is going on, there's just a farm war between Iran and Rux, just hitting each other. Rux is actually ahead of farm right now. He's going to go behind Iran's turret because one Bad Brad's coming down to gank this, but I don't know if they can get this. Iran's pretty tanky. He doesn't have his ult yet, though. He's just going to slice right out of there. Rux is going to go very low, and yeah, that was a sort of failed gank, but they succeeded in a way of pushing Iran off the turret. If he stays there, one Bad Brad might be able to tank, but now, because Giraffe Kick is down here, it might be hard to actually to gank Iran. Iran's just going to start farming up there. One Bad Brad is going to have recalled, and yeah, Fabi's actually receiving a lot of help here from Satsulo, so he's become, you know, a real AD carry. Of course, he plays the AD carry role for the team, but when he does this strategy, this weird thing, he will sometimes play a solo top role for the team, so it's a very interesting strategy. We're going to see only Jacksmith recalling, and, you know, the first few items are starting to come out for people. Iran and Rux have both picked up a chain vest, so that's interesting. They're basically just saying, I don't want to fight, let's just farm. Iran is behind, actually, just by that. Actually, no, he's not behind at all. They're actually perfectly equal in that lane, separated only by 3 farms, so very even. Of course, Giraffe Kick has opted not to pick up any jungling items this game. He's picked up a Doran's Blade and gone into boots, which will probably be those Mobies. That is a fairly normal decision for jungle Aatrox, just to not do anything. And as I say that, Fabi's actually going to lose his top turret there. You know, he was put in the 1v2 situation, so it's not a surprise that he lost the turret. He's actually sitting right here, walking around a few people, recalling. He's going to spin. Oh, wow, he's going to get the... Oh, he got the auto attack off, but it was not enough to cancel the recall. So Faka's going to get out of there, and Fabi's going to be pretty sad that he didn't get the kill. But, as I was saying, no jungle items for Aatrox, which is pretty normal because of the sustain he gets. So we see this. Rux is getting in a little bit of a duel with Iran. Iran's actually going to fail dice over the edge, slice, but Rux came out ahead in that just because of the sustained damage Shyvana has over Renekton, who's more bursty. Anyway, Crazy's actually flash away. The Jargonnaut's going to come down right on top of him, but he's not going to be able to tumble out of it or flash out of it because he had just burned his flash to get away from one Bad Brad. So that's going to be nice for CANEZ Academy, and they might actually get this top turret now. While this is happening, Rux is pushing down in the bot lane. Satsulo is just the roaming support going everywhere, and as I said, this top turret's going to be going down, and it's looking very good for CANEZ Academy. They're not seeing too much resistance from CANEZ. They're just completely losing a lot of stuff, but not to say that the game's like over in any form of the word, you know. CANEZ has picked up a top turret. They're only a few kills down, and they're relatively equal. They're down a turret and a few kills, and that equates to 3,000 gold. Now, Rux is actually getting engaged upon here. He's going to try to dragon away. Ren might be able to chase this out. Rux is so very low, but he's just going to turn around because of the extra move speed Rux has from his W. So it's going to be good for Iran. Good for Rux, not good for Iran, because he's not going to be able to pick up the first kill for his team. And C1 Bad Brad just farming up his jungle. He's level 7, Giraffe Kick's level 6. That's sort of showing from the level 1 what happened, where Giraffe Kick lost his buff, and so he is still behind because of that. Fako's just gonna ward that jungle or that dragon because a lot of people mobilizing towards it. Jackson is gonna get engaged upon here. He's in a 1v2 situation. He's gonna try to flash out of there. Darkflight doesn't hit him. One Bad Brad's gonna flag and drag over to Giraffe Kick. His ult comes down, the Entomb comes out of Satsalo, and Junkie Sucks is just going to get stuck there, not getting anything out of that. Now Fako's here. He's getting chased down. Aran's gonna try to save him, but he's taking so much damage. He's gonna flash over the wall. Jarvan's gonna flash as well, and Fako's gonna try to aggro the dragon. Nothing's gonna come out of that. He's gonna go down as well. 0-6 so far in favor of Curse Academy. Fabi's gonna pick a fight with Aran. Nothing gonna come out of that. And while this is happening, Rux is, well, he was 1v1ing Craze, but now Satsalo is gonna come in and make that easy for Rux and pick up that kill. Just amazing roam in general from Curse Academy's team. They're just always at the perfect spot. And as I say that, they're taking this dragon here, which actually might end up not being the perfect spot as Aran comes in. They're both very small, very low. Wonder Brad has the smite, so we can get that, and they might be able to get out of this. Wonder Brad's gonna go down here. Oh! Fabi actually kills Giraffe Kick, and One Bad Brad does not go down. Crazy. He lived just barely. Only Jackson is going to go after Chunky Sucks, and now Apron's in a 1v2. The barrel's gonna come out. The Undying Rage comes out of Fabi. He's gonna have to turn around here, and still not a single death for Curse Academy. They're looking if they can press on to get anything, but no, that's gonna be it. So after that crazy fight, Curse Academy still with that perfect score, and now things are getting a bit out of hand. Some good items are getting completed on certain champions. The Sunfire Cape notably coming out on Rux over Aran's just Chain Vest and Giant Spell. The Ancient Golem coming out for One Bad Brad, along with the Warden's Mail. Totally knew that one. Which is going to give him a lot of armor, which is good against this 2 CANEZ team. Such a weird name to say because, you know, they've got 3 main sources of AD damage, only 1 main source of AP damage. They got the true damage from Bane, so, you know, it's not as effective, but it's definitely more effective than MR would be in this situation. Fabi's also got his his Bilgewater Cutlass, which is going to be a strong item, and wow, as I see this, Crazy just getting engaged upon. Curse Academy is so aggressive, and now we got a lot of people here coming around just for this blue buff. Very interesting that they're all here, but looks like not much is going to happen. Chunky Sucks is mid lane, and only Jacksmith is a level above him, but he's almost behind in itemization because he's got that Phage and the Tear. Both of those items, I mean, Phage is a strong item, I'd say, but Tear doesn't give you any combat stats, it gives you mana, but mana doesn't do damage, so, on the other hand, Chunky Sucks has built his, Fiendish Codex and his Chalice of Harmony, so he's got 2 combat effective items. He's got the MR and the ability power, so, and Curse Academy is just going to take a 3 mid turret because, well, 2 CANEZ just can't really respond. They're so behind and they're afraid to go in. Now would be the time for them to go in though, 4v3, because One Bad Brad and Fabi are off in other places while Curse Academy are around here at mid. So yeah, they should go in, but they don't have vision on One Bad Brad, and they just say he could be anywhere, he could engage upon us. Yeah, and Aran's just coming back, so now they can try to have a, you know, an attack 5v3, you know, before it would have only been 4v3, which is still very good. So, you know, that's nothing to sneeze at. Oh no, they only have 1 more member than us instead of 2. But either way, Giraffe Kick's just going to keep on farming. He's level 8 now. One Bad Brad is still keeping that level advantage, just saying, I'm going to take that advantage from the early game and keep it throughout the entire game. Jacksmith is just going to shoot off a little blast here. Does a little damage to Craze, but you know, it's not really serious damage. He's going to CS a little, and he's going to back up to his turret now. 2 CANEZ are attacking this mid turret right here. They're all sort of around it. Drag's going to be up in 2 minutes, but, you know, that's really nothing. They're all backing off here. They just seem sort of unsure of what to do. They're just walking around, trying to figure out what they want to do. While this is happening, Curse Academy is going to take advantage of that indecisiveness and just pick up a bot lane turret. So, that'll be the last of the outer turrets going to Curse Academy. Very nice for them. Rux is actually getting chased here because he's all alone up here, but he's 3 levels above Ran. Ran's going to get the Ignite on him, and only Jackson's going to chase him down. He's going to flash away, and he's going to get out of there. Rux is actually still here. Only Jacksmith sees CANEZ with the ward, and he's still chasing. Of course, there's a huge level advantage for these two. That Shock Blast does so much damage to CANEZ. There's actually a kill down in bot lane, where Curse Academy actually started to lose a fight. That was the first death. And everyone's just going to be flashing away. Fabi's just going to turn around and go man mode on Chunky Sucks. He doesn't want to jump over that wall because they have no idea what's on that other side. You know, they have the ward here, but there's definitely people who could be champions that could be hiding here, you know, outside of this ward's vision, which is not that large. While this is going on, while Curse Academy is attracting everyone bot lane, Curse Academy is also pushing with Rux and Jackson's top lane and getting another turret. So just perfect pressure all across the map, stopping 2 CANEZ from just playing the game, really. They're saying, okay, you just sit back and watch us play, and, you know, if you want to try to stop us, you can, but I don't think you'll be able to. So, 2 CANEZ is grouping up here. They have a decent team fight, I'd say. If they can hit a good Stranglethorns and then into an explosive cast, that could be a lot of damage. Also, a Ran right in the middle there would be very powerful. And Curse Academy also is a very strong team fight. They have a ton of Initiate with the Entomb coming out of Lissandra and Shyvana ultimate just popping into the team. Yeah. Now, One Bad Brad's actually chasing pretty far to grab the support here, but he's only doing this because he knows the rest of his team is behind him. Paco's going to go down just to 4 members of Curse Academy, and they're going to go just walk towards this red buff, and looks like they're going to start pushing top lane, while Fabi, of course, is just going to continue farming, pushing that bot lane, trying to catch up with CANEZ and farm, you know, because while Vayne's strong in the late game, Tryndamere also is, so if they can stay equal and farm, Fabi can sort of counteract Vayne by just completely jumping on her, and that'll neutralize her in fights. You know, the best form of CC is death, and that's what Fabi's looking for here. Now, Rux is actually 1v2ing when Satsula comes in here. Chunky Sucks is just going to get completely dropped by the damage the Curse Academy has, and while Fabi's pushing out bot lane, attracting the attention of Iran, 4 members of Curse Academy are pushing top lane, and you just saw there that CANEZ was recalling in the mid lane, so Curse Academy actually got a lot of damage on this mid turret, got down to about half health, and they're looking to take the rest of it. There's not really much that 2 CANEZ can do here to stop them. Zyra just put down her ultimate, or Stranglethorns, to try to stop them, but there was really not much they could do. Curse Academy just wanted to back off there. We're going to see Fabi walking away, taking away that red buff, and now CANEZ is actually going to try to chase here. One Bad Brad's coming to try to save Jackson's, but Jackson is going to go down to CANEZ. Let's see what else CANEZ can do. That's 1 kill so far. They're stuck in that Cataclysm, but he's going to pick up that second kill. Fako's also going to pick up the kill onto Satsalo, and we actually saw Rux get a kill onto Giraffe Kick, just through raw damage, red buff, so strong right now, Rux. He's got the Bilgewater Cutlass, which is his only source of damage, but because of the Sunfire, he can just chase so well. Along with Bilgewater, he does tons of damage to whoever he's chasing, and he uses Dragon actually just to hop the wall over there. He gets his Rage back so quickly, just because of the pure attack speed and the level advantage he has on other champions, so it's not that big of a deal to use it. And Chris Academy's looking to base here and then make one strong push. They have an exposed inhibitor mid, so that's definitely going to be a point of contention. They're going to want to take that down. And at the same time, it looks like 2 CANEZ is grouping up here. Now, Iran sort of has to stay bot lane for most of the game just to stop Fabi from taking the entire base, because if 2 CANEZ just groups up here, then Fabi's just going to say, oh, okay, that's fine. Now, we actually saw an explosive cast come out, and that was the surrender vote coming out of 2 CANEZ. That was a very strange surrender. I would have thought they would, try a team fight after that, but they basically thought that, okay, we have no chance in this game. So, very dominating victory by Chris Academy, showing why they're one of the top teams in the Challenger scene right now. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm pretty inexperienced at shoutcasting, so, I made a few mistakes. Any constructive criticism you'd like to make, you can put in the comments or wherever if I post this to Reddit. And those if you run out of space. But, yep. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. I really like commentating ranked 5v5s. They're hard to get, though. If you guys have a ranked 5v5s team that's high rated, this is Challenger, Diamond level, but I'd be fine with commentating stuff that's like Platinum or low Diamond, as long as you have a good strategic knowledge of the game and you're not just all randomly going for a Baron. I'd like to see what your game is. But yeah, thanks for watching. If anyone wants me to commentate their game, you can tell me like when you guys are playing, because LoL Replay's such a pain. I actually spectated this live with LoL Nexus, but rambling, one of my weaknesses at the end of videos. So I'm going to leave you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.